In this video, I'm gonna share with you my Smashburger recipe. This is one of my favorite burgers because of its crispy edges and juicy middle. They're super simple to make and they cook up fast. What's good, everyone? If this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Lemoine and I'm actually a full-time cinematographer, but I love to cook. On this channel, I'm not only posting cooking videos with some of my favorite tried and true recipes, but I also share tips and strategies to help you make your own cooking videos. So if you're hungry for great tasting food or that YouTube money, spank that subscribe button. So it's officially summer and what I like to consider barbecue season. Unfortunately, the apartment complex that we live in doesn't have a place for us to barbecue. So whenever I'm craving a burger, I cook them inside of my house on my stove. The best tasting burger I've ever made is a Smashburger. I love making mine with 2 thin patties and extra slices of cheese. They're super easy to make, cook up in less than 2 minutes, and the ingredient list is short and simple. For these Smashburgers, I chose to get my ingredients from Whole Foods here in Kaka'ako. I'm not just sure if it's because I'm getting old or if there's something special about this place, but every time we shop here, I swear it's like a little vacation. I love that they have such a large selection of organic produce to choose from. Their seafood department is always fully stocked, and they even carry locally caught and sustainably sourced fish. On the other side of the store, they have a bakery with lots of goodies and a huge hot food selection and salad bar. We love this location because it's less than 2 miles from where we live. They have high quality standards and great customer service. Plus, because I'm an Amazon Prime member, I get extra savings on some of my favorite things throughout the store. So now that I got that obvious Whole Foods plug out of the way, here's what you'll need. You're gonna need some 80-20 ground beef. Each of these patties are going to be 2 ounces, and we're putting 2 patties in each burger. So just figure out how many burgers you plan to make before you go shopping. We are making 4 burgers, so that's 8 patties. That equals 16 ounces of beef. Next, I'm going with these brioche buns. Normally you'll see people go with a classic potato bun, but I just really like these buns and they're sold here at their deli. Just get whatever you want. For the toppings, I'm keeping it super simple with some fresh organic lettuce. I'll also have a large organic slicer tomato. And for the sauce, I'm just using ketchup. And that's it. That's how I like my burgers. And if you want anything else, you can always add whatever you want on it. I personally hate pickles, so don't even mention them in the comments or I will block you from this channel. Also, to season the meat, we're just gonna need some coarse ground salt and pepper. I almost forgot the most important thing, which is going to be cheese. Not just any cheese, but we're gonna want American cheese. Nothing melts like this cheese, so make sure that you get yourself sliced American. We're gonna go with 2 slices per burger. So the first thing that we wanna do is we wanna prep all of our toppings. First, I'll shred the lettuce by rolling it up in leaves and then making thin slices like this. I'll get to why we shred the lettuce a little later. I'm gonna put this in a small container and leave it to the side for now. Next, I'll go ahead and slice my tomatoes. I like them kind of thin and uniform, so I'm using this mandolin. You can use a knife, but I'm just trying to be fancy and push an affiliate link for you to buy something that you probably don't need. The link's in the description. Now I'm gonna go ahead and form our patties. I'll start by weighing out the meat into 2-ounce mounds or balls or whatever. And I'm using this digital scale to figure it out. The link's in the description. Try your best not to pack this meat too much. You want to keep it as loose as possible. The reason why I like doing 2 thin 2-ounce patties is because you get more of that super tasty brown crust in every bite of burger. I like to shape them into little round balls like this and set them on the side till I'm ready to cook them. One important thing that I want to mention is to not mix the salt and pepper into the meat. We'll season just the outside of the burger balls right before we cook them. Before we cook our burgers, we want to make sure that we toast our buns. The burgers take less than 90 seconds to cook, so we want to have our buns toasted and our burgers semi-built so that once the patties are done and they come right off the stove, they can land right on the buns and it's ready to go. I just spread a little bit of butter on the buns and put them on a medium hot pan and keep an eye on them till they're nice and toasted. I'll toast all of the buns first. The last step before we cook our burgers is that we're going to build our toppings. I actually like to put toppings on the bottom bun, and there's a strategy to this. Here's the order starting from the bottom. First, the bottom bun. We can add any sauce to this if you like. I'm only doing ketchup, so I'm saving that for the top bun. But if you're running 2 different sauces, put one on the bottom bun and one on the top bun. Next, I'm going to put a bed of shredded lettuce. This acts as a safety net to catch any juices that may run off the patties and can make the bottom bun soggy and fall apart. On top of that, we'll place a tomato. This acts as a barrier between the lettuce and the burger patty. This helps protect the lettuce from wilting under the heat of the patty. And because the lettuce is shredded, these 2 things won't slip and slide on each other when you're trying to handle your burger while you eat. On top of that will go your cooked patties and cheese, and on top of that will be your top bun. And that is the correct way to stack your burger. If anyone tells you any different, they are wrong. Now let's make some burgers. The type of pan you'll need to cook these burgers is either going to be a cast iron skillet or a stainless steel pan. Do not use a non-stick pan because we're going to get these things as hot as possible and it's going to damage the coating of the non-stick pan. You'll also need a strong, heavy-duty spatula to smash the burgers down. I'm using this one that I got off of Amazon and this thing is a beast. It's heavy and it's solid. It's not going to flex at all. Not only does that help with smashing the burgers down, but also with scraping it off the pan and keeping the crust intact. This thing's only like 12 bucks and I'll be sure to put a link in the, you guessed it. Oh, I'm also using one of these rolling pins and this is actually going to help give me leverage when I'm trying to smash the burger down. And last, I cut a few squares of parchment paper that I plan on placing on top of the burger before I smash it down. This is gonna help so that the meat doesn't stick to the spatula and fall apart. So now that we're ready to cook, we're gonna go ahead and throw my pan onto the stove and I'm just gonna put this on medium heat. And I'm gonna put a little bit of vegetable oil on it and spread it around with a napkin. I'm gonna let this pan preheat while I season my burgers. I'm going to liberally season the burger balls with some coarse salt and ground pepper. I'm gonna put a ton on there. So once your burgers are seasoned, open all your windows in your house and turn on all your fans because there's gonna be a ton of smoke. Crank your stove to high, and once it begins to smoke, you're gonna place 2 burger patties on the pan. Let them cook for exactly 20 seconds and then smash them down with your spoon. Now you just need to let them cook. Don't try and touch them and move them around. Let them cook for another minute or so till they form a nice brown crust. You should be able to see it happening on the sides or in the corners of the meat. Use your spatula to scrape them off the pan, keeping all of the crust on the meat and giving them a flip to cook on the other side. Everyone go in the comments and thumbs down that guy who said I'm gonna scratch my pan with a spatula. The other side should only take about 30 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my cheese on at this point. Once that 30 seconds is up, I'll stack the patties in the pan and then I'll bring them over to my bun and top it off. And there it is, folks, the perfect smash burger. The 2 thin patties give you that thick burger bite, but with the extra flavor of the crust that we created. The 2 slices of cheese are melted perfectly and cover the patties nicely. Perfect. Fire. I can't even talk. I can't even talk. These burgers go great with my homemade French fry recipe, and I'll be sure to put a link in the description as well as have a card pop up over here. If you enjoyed watching this video, be sure to give it a like, and if you want to help support me and my channel, you can join my Patreon. I post exclusive content as well as share some vlogs, so you can see more of my personal life as a cinematographer living in Hawaii. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have a ton of other videos already up and in the works to help you create better YouTube cooking content, along with other great tasting recipe videos. If you want to catch them when they drop, make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys so much again for watching. Aloha.